Okay, so we are continuing from the previous one. Okay, so there is one thing I didn't talk about is um, comments. If you have a block of code or if you have a code and you don't want the code to run alongside with the code that you have. So, example, I was trying to run this, but you can see the hello world also run. So if I don't want the hello world to run, what I'm supposed to do is to comment on it, just give it a comment, and it will not run, even though it exists over there, but the program will see it as just a random text that it will not run it. So you can see the program was successfully run without the hello world. Okay, so one good use that you can use the comment for is in case you have a huge project and you want to tell the engineers or the software engineers that this code do this, this code that this. So you can use comment to tell them that maybe this code maybe perform mathematical, or let's say maths um, operations. So it's just to communicate with the person who is reading your code, but the program will entirely ignore anything like this. And one also good use of comment is maybe you've done something already and you think there is something wrong, so you have to modify it. It's always advisable to keep what you did previously, copy it, put a comment on it. There is another comment that you can put. We call this a block comment. So you can comment this one for future review. Then you edit this one. If it doesn't work, you can just delete this one, remove the comments, and use the old one. It's just a trick that I think every programmer use, and it's very helpful. Okay, so today what I'm going to talk about is if statements. And before I talk about if statements, there is something in Java, we call it operations and operators. So operands and operators, yeah. So operators are just the equal to the minus, the plus, and those kind of things. And the operands are used for comparison. So we are going to talk about if statement. If statement is you just use it to compare something. So you can have something like if, always make sure your if is a small letter, then you bring a bracket and a parenthesis. So the inside the bracket is what you are going to do the comparison. And here is if the comparison is true, what you want it to happen is you put it over here. So let's say if um the A in the int is equal to the B in the double, the reason why 1 equal to was giving me a problem was 1 equal to means I'm assigning B to A, meaning I'm pushing the value of B to A, but I can't do that inside an if statement. So if you want to compare two variables, you use double equal to. So if A is equal to B, do this. If A is equal to B, let's say cheese. So system.out.println say cheese. And okay, so we have one side of the conditions done. What about the other side? What if it's not equal to? How are you going to handle that? So if it is not equal to, we have else. So else is always going to handle if it's not if the statement is not true. So if A is equal to B and if A is exactly equal to B, then this line of code will run, meaning the statement is true. But if A is not equal to B, then it means the else is going to run because the statement is not true. Else always runs statements that are not true. So if A is not equal to B, say I am done. Okay, so I am done. Okay, so let's run this line of code and see what is going to happen. But let's put a comment here so that we don't run this one as well. Okay, so you can see say I am done, meaning A is not equal to is not equal to B. So let's check the value of A. The value of A is 551 and the value of B is 5.25, meaning A is not equal to B. That is why it's giving us a negative side of the comparison. So now let's make A and B the same and see if you are going to get an answer. So 5.25. You see, I'm getting an error because A is an integer and you always have to know A is an integer and it can never store a decimal number. So you always have to put it in your mind in case you I'm having a problem with this. So let's make this one to 5 and let's see if it's going to work. So you can see say cheese, meaning the statement is true. A is 5 and B is also 5. Double can be used to store integer or decimal. No matter the number, you can use double. But if you want to use more decimal places, you can use floats. Okay, thank you for watching. And I'm going to elaborate more on the if statement on the next episode. Thank you.